Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the living known as life. We are back again, living the living known as life. Well, the last video diary I just listened to was pretty useless. So I'm going to try and say some more things to myself. Shut up, dog. I'm trying to talk. I'm going to try and say some more in today's video diary so that I've got some more content for myself to listen to since I've taken control of my own content. I think it's really good doing this night walking because it kind of lets you focus a bit and get to the core of things. Like, I was listening to the Alan Watts clip just before, and it's one that I've heard like 100 times already, but you might as well just say it because it is the what if you were God thing and you could have the dream of life. And the dream of life is that you're God, and so you dream yourself in this reduced capacity to have an experience. But then you wake up in death, back to being God the universe. Which makes perfect sense. And so I was thinking about the Jews before and how they're just caught up in this narrative. And that's fine, but it's just a book reading tribe. And they keep the books. And then it's the same with like this Vatican, and because Jesus was not about a church. And Jesus would say, I am the truth, the way, the light. And yeah, Jesus didn't set up any empire or have a dynasty or own a bunch of real estate or have a bunch of money. So if you want to be truly happy, you've got to just walk with Jesus. Didn't do a video diary yesterday because Vanessa came with me for a walk. And I drank beer the day before, so I didn't go to the gym. But that's alright. I think I am going to do fasting next week. Just maybe start on the Tuesday. And then do Tuesday, just have lunch. And then not eat again until like the Thursday morning or something. Just have a good fast. And I might try and do that once a month. Because on Instagram they really talk about the benefits of fasting. Just not putting more foodstuffs in your body. And because I just think about consumption. I am smoking less weed, which is good, that's positive. And I've pretty much all but given up I have given up tobacco, but pretty much all but given up nicotine. I've just got the nicotine lozenges. So you're doing really well, because the body is this thing, and when it's working well, you feel good. And when you feel good in your body, your experience of living life is much better. So this really is the year of not accomplishing more or achieving more, but of going with less is more. That being said, took Vanessa to the pub and we had their fancy pie, lamb pie yesterday, which is good. Kangaroos. Nope, no kangaroos. Yeah, had the pie, that was good. Got some cheesecake from the bakery. That was nice, but I think I prefer the more the Philadelphia. Oh, I think they're all the same, but there's just ones that have, I guess, more flour in the cheesecake or something that makes it denser. Whereas I like it when it's a bit more I don't know. What's the right words? I know what I'm talking about. I know the way I like cheesecake. Just think of that. And what else? The stars are twinkling. Quite clearly electrical in nature. Electricity. It's like the lights on the ground and the stars in the space. It's all one. And we move as one. Do do do. And so there is like these conspiracies and such, but I'm more interested in the greater thing. What was they were talking about before was the Moors on and the Moorish empires. And is that where the gollywog and the hat comes from? And yeah, because I mean, clearly this Vatican's up to no good. And all the Islam is also like that as well. It's just different ways. And I was thinking about the Rothschild thing and how the name is Bauer, and that's German for farmer. And you know, maybe words reveal stuff. Because you look around and like it is like in the countryside and everything's fenced off for farmland, farm. And so I can see how that works. And so people are just being farmed, but they're fed this false narrative which just makes them feel better. And that's about space and about all that. And they do it to the children because they don't want to just say, hey, you're all just like slaves on a farm who are unconscious god beings. Ugh. But that being said, all these people who are asleep are what allow you to be awake. And there are other people who are awake. Like Michelle's awake. Michelle's awake right now, but he's not calling me because he's probably busy with his nephew. But hopefully he calls me this morning. I haven't spoken to Michelle in like 2 days. That's fine though. I'm looking at the Milky Way. Fresh air. Night walking. Yeah. No, this is really good. What else we got? I don't know. We're talking about Alan Watts. Let's do your regular stuff. You're a wave in the electromagnetic sea. You know, it would make sense that since this light that creates this reality, and I see that's why they go it's holographic in nature in ways. And maybe that's not the right term, but I think it's electromagnetic. And that even in this world there's an infinite number of frequencies and vibrations. And every single person, every single blade of grass and grain of sand is its own specific, unique frequency and vibration. And so although there's like many humans, many people, every single people is its own harmonically tuned frequency vibration. And then you have this mental faculty and this physical beingness. And as you conjoin the mental with the physical, you get all this. And everything is kind of dualistic because there's an internal and an external. Maybe that's a better way of phrasing it. There's an internal and an external to everything. So you have like this external physical brain and such, but you have this internal mind. And the mind and the matter are just intermingling. And the more you want something, the more it escapes you. It's like I found that with money. I've got to learn that. When I was not thinking about money, I would just put aside Centrelink and I would just live with my parents. And I just walk. I wasn't doing the gym yet because there was no gym yet. I hadn't built it. And so, what was I saying? Yeah, I managed to save up like $10,000 just off of Centrelink because I just wasn't spending. I'd like maybe go to the movies with Vanessa once a week and that would be my spending, but because I wasn't spending on food or rent. But now of course I pay for my own food and rent because I'm a big boy and that's what you do. But just to exist is enough. To be. All this stuff, like, I mean, Aaron was wrapped up with the whole Jews thing, but I really just see that as just so low down the pyramid in terms of truth and conspiracy and reality and such. I mean, just to still be, well, we're talking about like godhood and shit. By we, I mean me. Well, and Michelle. The sun is a hot ball of gas. Jumping jack flash, it's a gas, gas, gas. Do 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 do. Alrighty, how long have we been talking for? This has been a better video diary today. Alright, I'll wrap it up. So in conclusion, today you're just going to allow something wonderful to happen. And you also have to remember though, you were a bit depressed when you were not spending any money. So but when you were feeling a bit depressed, you didn't want anything. And so that's what it's about. That's the lesson. You don't want to be depressed, but you want to not want. Because happiness is about wanting what you already have. And I have what I want. I do. Alrighty. Go to work today. Have a good day. And that's all there is to it. Continue to live the living known as life. Work on your Aaron video a bit. But again, there's no rush. Because it's not like that's going to make a huge difference. Or many people are going to watch that. It's mainly for you and Michelle. Well, it is for you and Michelle. Because, you know, you might as well make the content that you want to watch. And that's helpful to you. That's the point of this video diary. So anyway, that's all I've got for today, me. Enjoy the wonderful thing that is going to happen to you today. And remember, I am now enough.